I'm Tom, I'm a 6 stone lost guy. Today I'm talking about how I managed to lose the weight in a year. If you haven't watched my intro video, press on this belly now. Okay, so in this section we're just looking at how I managed to lose that weight in the time scale. So 6 stone in 1 year. My actual aim was only 5 stone, but I realised when I started that the weight I wanted to get to was still above the NHS prescribed weight for my height, so I actually continued an extra stone. The thing for me to do was to look at my habits. What is it that I was doing at the time? So mainly skip breakfast, energy drinks on the way to work, or an energy drink on the way to work. Mid-morning I'd be having a snack because I'm trying to feel that hunger because you've not eaten. Lunchtime is then probably a processed high street fast food meal. Mid-afternoon another snack, so bag of crisps, maybe chocolate bar. Dinner that was too late in the evening, portion was too big. Good, well-cooked dinners, not meant too many takeaways, but too much food. So that's kind of where I was at, and accompany that dinner probably with a beer or a wine. So that's where I was. Where I got to, and the habits that I formed that helped to lose the weight were I started walking instead of watching TV, and what I watch on TV got quite analytical about and say, well, actually I spend probably 2 hours 4 times a week watching football games. So I just listened to those games on headphones and went walking for those 2 hours. So where I managed to find the time was actually the time I'd normally be sitting down and relaxing. The exercise part of it was an important thing, that I was at the time too heavy to have done anything too aggressive, so running was going to be out until I could get the weight down, which is probably going to damage joints. So it just became a good pace walk and a set of headphones. So no real equipment, no memberships needed, just finding the time to do it. And like I said, one of those tricks was to look at my habit of sitting watching football 3-4 times a week for 2 hours at a time and turn that into walking time. The other thing was to discover was podcasts. I like comedy, and I sit and watch a lot of comedy programs. So once you discover podcasts, there's thousands, and there's so many hours you can fill with. For me, it's comedy, but you could equally do drama, books, film reviews, news, history. There's all sorts of things. So podcasts is a great discovery. I gave up meat was the first one I did. And the idea with that was to break the habits, and again, so looking at what my habit was of popping in and grabbing a sausage roll or a chocolate bar, or crisps. If I took meat out of the equation, it made me think differently of what I could actually consume when I was out and about. And trying to actually then form in your mind that food is not a reward, it's just fuel. For me, I would kind of get home and say, I had a tough day and I can't spend the time cooking, so I might get takeaway tonight, or I might reward myself with a big steak dinner that's probably getting bigger every time I serve it to myself with more and more sides on it. Probably not hitting my 5 a day. I was walking a bit, so my level was fairly good, but I couldn't really accelerate that too much quickly because I was too heavy. I would have probably damaged joints trying to run. Once I did give up meat, what you realise is you eat a lot of cheese, and that's not necessarily good for losing weight. So quickly gave up dairy as well. So sticking to that vegan diet, and that made me think differently and make different meals. And as someone who enjoys cooking, it really did open your eyes to what you can do with different vegetables and fruits. Gave up beer. I wasn't going to give up drinking, but I did give up beer and changed a pint of lager into a pint of lime and soda with a shot of vodka in it. So it was a drink that you could drink at the same pace as your friends. Didn't feel too much different. Once you get rid of the taste of beer from your system, your palate's different. That's a fine drink that's refreshing and a lot lower in calories. Lemon and ginger tea was a discovery. Never drunk tea or coffee in my life, but lemon and ginger tea in the morning first thing really helps your digestive system get going and kicks your body into gear. Also discovered Holland & Barrett. So instead of going to the newsagents, I go into Holland & Barrett and buy a different pack of seeds or nuts or fruit, dried apricots. There's all sorts of things. So actually, that instead of going to a sweet shop, Holland & Barrett became my sweet shop. And then finally, in the next another clip that we're going to make is about juicing. Juicing was something that really helped me lose the weight It's something I still do now to refresh and reboot my system a little bit. So I'll do a 3-day juice here and there, but reduce juicing quite a lot. I think the important thing to do as well is give yourself time to practice and plan what it is you're going to do. And when I say practice, I gave up meat for 3 weeks before I started the year, and I wanted to see if I could do it, where I got food from and what I needed to do. So I practiced for that time. I also practiced swapping beer out for the vodka, lime and soda, and that went well. And then I think you do need to build yourself a plan. I do like to have a spreadsheet, and for me it was quite simple to put down I need to lose 70 pounds, so that 5 stone was what my original aim was. And then by losing £2 a week for the first 25 weeks while I was heavier, and then £1 a week for the rest of the year, brought me in on that 70 pounds. By having that plan, you know if you've had a good week. You also know if you miss that week, you go a little bit harder the week after. And things like having a pedometer and being able to record how much walking I was doing meant that I could just gently increase that each week by 500 steps on average a day. By logging that and recording that, you again you can see the correlation between your weight loss and your exercise. And then as you get to the stage you start to lose the weight, then you can actually increase that to a faster walk into a slight jog. And again, wonderful podcast, you can get the NHS Couch Potato to 5k, and that teaches you in 30 days how to get running if your body's in a physical condition to start that. So those are the tips, those are the things that I did. Not necessarily everyone will do it the same way, but I think by thinking in those ways of what are my habits, what are the ones I need to break and what are the ones I need to form, thinking of food as a fuel. It's nothing else, it's not a reward. You really must do that. It changes your mindset to snacking and rewarding yourself. Give yourself that time to practice and plan it, and do build a plan. This clip I'm going to be recording is on juicing. If you want to watch that now, press this link off of this app.